Welcome to 284 Media's Just for the Record. I am your host, Kamal Haynes, and today I will be interviewing Mr. Renard Estridge. Well, he is an attorney at law by profession and will be contesting the upcoming general election under the National Democratic Party as an at-large candidate. Well, on today's episode, we will be asking Mr. Estridge some of the tough questions that need answers. But stay tuned right after this break.
There are many ways to enjoy life, like so many ways to count on Popular.
Rashford made it, Manchester United have come from behind to lead.
At home or on the go, watch CCT Live. Download our app and carry your favorite TV shows, news, or live sports anywhere you go. Visit cctbvi.com/live, select your package, and tune in.
We now return with more Just for the Record. Welcome back, viewers. As mentioned prior to the break, joining me on Just for the Record is Mr. Renard Estridge, who will be contesting the upcoming general election under the National Democratic Party as an at-large candidate. Well, welcome, Mr. Estridge, and thank you so much for joining us on Just for the Record.
Thank you so much, Kamal. It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, let's jump straight into the questions. The first question I'd like to start with, tell the viewers a little bit about yourself, about your professional career, and also about your academic training.
Yes. So my name is Renard Estridge, and thank you for that introduction. So professional career, I studied as a lawyer. Around 2001, I went off to the UK and did my law degree. I have done a master's in corporate and business law. I've also done the bar in the UK as well. So I'm trained as a lawyer, to very analyze and bring accountability and transparency to anything that I'm looking at. So that's my academic career. So far as professional career is concerned, I've worked in financial services all of my life, and so that's what I know. I've also worked within the financial services in industry for most of that time, and that time, I've worked as a lawyer. And again, so far as volunteer work is concerned, I was the chairman of the Association of Registered Agents. I did that for a number of years, and I really enjoyed doing that. So we were involved with the highest level of international business and putting forward the financial services products of this industry. So that's who I am. So.
Okay. And what would you say is your purpose in this life?
My purpose in this life, I'm a people person. I'm a people person, and I think if I did have a purpose, it will be to make sure that people are doing well. I really like to see when people are doing well, people are taken care of. So that's one of the reasons that I've put my hat into the race and I'm running for election, because I want to see the general public doing well so far as their social security provisions, their pensions, their well-being, their standard of living. So I just love to see people doing well.
Okay. My next question is, why should people elect you as an at-large candidate?
Well, at-large, going back to what I just said, as a large candidate, while I've lived in the 7th District all of my life, I haven't moved out, but still, the issues that affect the 7th District, I find are issues that affect the whole of the territory. I've gone from the 7th District in Long Look, I've gone down to Seacows Bay, Road Town. I understand that the issues that affect the persons down in the 1st District as well, and they're the same issues. So one of the reasons that I am running is to make sure that while we're fixing financial services, while we're fixing tourism, that we also take care of the people of our Virgin Islands and the whole of the Virgin Islands. Whether you're on Anegada, Virgin Gorda, Adjustment Dyke, anywhere in between, that's what I want to do. I want to be in a position that I can put forward provisions and policies from government to take care of persons.
Mm-hmm. And you answered just now, why should the people elect you? But what makes you the best fit person?
The best fit person, one, because of my legal training, I can bring a level of transparency and accountability to what is happening within government. Because I really don't think there's a level of accountability. So we need someone with a legal, I think, expertise and background to say, what we're looking at and what we're doing, whether or not it's for the people. Because I think when politicians get in there, they tend to, I guess, lose sight of why they have been elected. And you're being elected to serve the people. So, when we're doing things, we need to make sure that we're accountable to the people and that it's transparent in whatever it is that we're doing.
Okay. My next question is, tell me about a challenge you faced, a mistake you have made, or a time you have failed and how you dealt with it.
Oh, Kamal, I've actually kept myself reasonably well and out of trouble. So,
it could be a professional challenge.
A professional challenge. Let me say work challenges. You have to deal with different persons at work. And one of the things that I find is that you might have a particular way of thinking about stuff. You might have your particular view about something. Someone else across the room might have a different view. You have to be mature in yourself and know how to relate to that person and relate to that situation and to get the best result out of it. So I think a lot of life's challenges are that you're going to run up to people with different opinions and beliefs and ideas that are contrary to your own, but how do you navigate that? How do you navigate it? So that brings a level of maturity, calmness, and just sympathy with regards to dealing with persons. So.
Okay, and my next question is, well, some people have criticized today's politicians as only seeking leadership for personal and often financial benefits. What's your view on that statement?
Well, for me personally, I can't speak about others, but for me personally, yes, it's a bit personal because I live here in the BVI. I've lived here all of my life, and yes, it affects me. So while I'm running for office, I'm like any man on the street. I'm like you come on. I drive on the same roads. I want better roads. I want to make sure that my social security is secured, just the same as you. So yes, it's a bit personal, it's a bit selfish. So while I am doing it for myself, I'm also putting myself in the shoes of every single Virgin Islander, right? So if it's good for me, I'm going to make sure that it's also good for everyone within the territory.
Okay. My next question. What are some of the issues that you will seek to address within the territory as an at-large candidate if elected?
Well, I would say that I'm really a people person, and I really think that government and elected officials are there to serve the people. And what I want to do is to make sure that if I'm elected, I want to focus on the social issues that affect every Virgin Islander. The cost of living, for example, it's pretty high. Rent prices are pretty high. Can we do something about the prices that within the supermarkets? Can we make sure that there are basic food items, there are price freezes on those types of items, so to better assist persons within the territory. I also believe that you have to take care of persons from the time that they're born to old age and our seniors. So I want to develop programs. For example, when a baby is born, we put money into a fund, and we continue putting money into that fund until that person comes out of high school, and that monies can be used for their college, for example, or put as a down payment. I want to also protect persons like me and yourself that are, reasonable within our middle age and everything, that we can own our own home. They can assist persons to own their own home. Government needs to develop provisions so that people can be first-time homeowners. We also need to take care of our citizens, our senior citizens as well. What are the things? One of the things that not angers, but that's very at the top of my mind is that we need to take care of our seniors. And we find a lot of people are retired, but because the retirement benefits are not enough, they still have to be working. They're still working a 9 to 5. They've got health issues, and they're not enjoying their latter years. So I want to be an advocate for persons. From the time you're born, when you're going through life, and at the end of your life as well. So that is my passion. I want to be taking care of people.
Mm-hmm. And I do know, obviously, after being elected, is ultimately the premier's decision to select a particular ministry. But considering some of the plans that you have in mind, which ministry do you believe suits you best? We'll be right back with more Just for the Record after this short break.
Yo, everything good, Dad?
Aye. This thing got me one way, Daddy.
What you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, I can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What you really? Hey, this ain't like you,
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out that trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, I huff. I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
We now return with more Just for the Record. But considering some of the plans that you have in mind, which ministry do you believe suits you best?
I would think health services. So again, taking care of persons, making sure that when they go to the doctor, they don't have any red tape and stuff that is associated currently with our NHI system. And so I would think that the ministry that would best suit me is the ministry of health. And even if I'm not given a ministry, I don't think that would be an issue. I would like for whoever the health minister is to say to me, Renard, can you take care of this project that looks at Social Security benefits, or can you look at this? We need to look at the provisions for the civil service. Are the pensions enough? So that's the stuff that I would like to look at.
Okay. And what are your professional plans if you are not elected?
Well, well, hopefully I am elected, and hopefully the electorate have been looking at what I've been saying, what the team around me have been saying, and they would vote for the National Democratic Party and all of the candidates at large. But if not elected, I would continue working within my district and working with my team of the National Democratic Party to keep my face, keep myself relevant within the district and within the territory. So if I'm not elected, I'm still going to carry on, move forward. I'm not going to disappear. and because I don't think that's the way to go. What I think needs to happen is you continue on and you move, and I move from strength to strength. So even if I'm not successful this time around, I'm going to just keep pushing forward. And I think that I have a great team with me within the National Democratic Party, and they're just going to make me successful the next time around.
Okay. And if elected, what are your first, or just give us a view of what would your first few months in office look like?
Well, first few months in office, again, we need to look at these things that people are really concerned about. So far as the civil service, I understand, lots of persons within the civil service are retiring, and I'm sure they're unsure whether or not their pension provisions are enough. If someone who's in the civil service and they have a mortgage, do they have to continue working to survive? Is the transition, if some of them want to transition from public service into private, can we help them with that transition? Stuff like that.
Okay. And what is your view, just changing gears a little bit, what is your view on the recently concluded Commission of Inquiry?
The Commission of Inquiry, I think that it was needed because I think that we were going down a path that wasn't good. We were, conveniently avoiding the laws and provisions that were in place to help the British Virgin Islands. And I think that the Commission of Inquiry put a microscope on us as a territory, and especially on us as elected officials. And now that we have seen the things that are not right and the things that are not going well, we can now make an informed decision on how we can best move forward, how the things that we need to cut away, things that we need to stop doing, and the things to make our territory stronger and make a territory better. So while we're not in the best light at the moment, I think that it gives us an opportunity to move forward and be better.
Okay. The next elected government will be tasked to continue with the implementation of the COI recommendations. How would you be of value to that effort?
Value? I think that we need to definitely look at all of the recommendations and try to work with the United Kingdom to put those forward. Because again, it doesn't benefit us if the UK is bearing down on us and we are lackluster in terms of implementing those provisions. And I think that most of the provisions are there for our benefit. So we need to take a holistic look at all of the provisions and see where we can work with the United Kingdom to bring in those forward for our own benefit.
More specifically, how would you be of value? Like, how do you plan on assisting your team to ensure that these other COI recommendations are implemented, and to ensure, as you would have said, that the necessary conversations are had with the UK in a very strategic and fruitful manner? Well,
as a lawyer, and again, working within the financial services for all of my life, the team would need to have a legal view at all of these recommendations that are being put forward, and we will need to analyze them and make sure that they are scrutinized to the highest of our ability. So that's what I can bring to the team.
Okay. And, as the at-large representative, representing the entire territory, how do you plan on making the respective sister islands feel represented?
Well, we don't like calling them sister islands. We like to call them, we're just one BVI right now. But I understand the question, and that, there are a lot of things that we can do with regards to our Anegada, for example. The Lobster Fest is over there, and one of the things that I think that we can do with regards to Anegada is promote more of the Lobster Fest and the offerings that are happening over in Anegada. I think that our Anegada lobster, our conch, I think we need to market it as something, as a luxury item, not just for us here in the territory, but we need to put that BVI brand and BVI stamp on it to say that, you know, this is something that is coming from the BVI, and you know that you're getting the best of the best, you know. So that's one thing that we can do. An island like Jost Van Dyke, for example, Jost Van Dyke, you know, we could make Jost Van Dyke the green island of this territory. We can do green projects over there so far as renewable energy. We can test wind turbines over there and see how that works for the residents of Jost Van Dyke, and make it you know, put forward it as an island of green tourism, for example. And we know that Virgin Gorda is the place for our tourism product. You know, so we're gonna continue to bolster Virgin Gorda, not just focusing on the bass. I mean, we're going to you know, look at other avenues within Virgin Gorda and continue to push forward Virgin Gorda as the premier destination for tourism within the territory.
Okay. And in terms of some other topics now I want to briefly touch on, what are your views on same-sex marriage?
Same-sex marriage? Okay. I'm a Christian, and I believe in the biblical view that marriage is between a man and a woman. But I still think that the Bible has a view that we have to love and respect everyone, right? So even if we have a view that what marriage is, we still have to love and respect everyone's decision. So you can do things out of love. So if someone wants to be within a same-sex marriage, you have to respect their views and what they want for their life. So I am not against same-sex marriage, but I think that people can have different views, and we can still live together as long as we do it within love. Okay.
And what are your views on the current sewage issue in the BVI?
Oh, it needs fixing. I know there's this song going out now. I think it's Ritical who sings it, and one of the lines that he's saying is that in the song is that we are dealing with the same issues over and over every election season, and sewage has been on the top of the agenda, talking points forever, you know. So it needs to be fixed. We need to bring a bit of pride back into our territory. And if we've got sewage running in the streets from East End, you know, in town and wherever else, we're not taking pride in our territory. So that is something that needs to be fixed. And I don't think that it's going to take. I really don't think it's that great of a thing to. Well, I mean, I don't know what's the best way to put it. But we can get it done. But it's just we need to just not put money into the contractors' pockets. You know, we need to find a way that, you know, it's going to get fixed, and put our best resources towards it. And even if that means we need to bring in professional help, we need to partner with a company that does sewage properly in whatever part of the world. Even if we have to bring in somebody, we need to get it done. So this cannot be another talking point in the next election coming in 4 years. But we need to get it fixed right now.
Mm-hmm. Another subject area, as a man that have been in the financial services industry for quite some time,
Mm-hmm.
we do know that over the years, the financial services industry and the BVI have been on a decline somewhat as it relates to revenues. Should you be elected, how do you plan on bringing more revenue into the territory through the financial services industry? We'll be right back with more Just for the Record after this short break. Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here. My name is Kamal Haynes. Most of you know me from 284 News, but now you get to see me in a different light on my very own show called Health is Wealth. We have Joel Turnbull.
I don't want you to arch your back when you're pulling down.
Milton McLean.
First of all, right, your footwork.
Stephen Payne.
That was a 9 out of 10. I know you got the service down pat.
Steve Augustine.
You did a pretty hard workout today, so perhaps...
And as you can see, it's actually
you're feeling it.
Alonzo Boynes.
Taekwondo.
Adam Murrows.
I'll speak as if you're an absolute beginner.
I am an absolute beginner.
You are an absolute beginner.
And Seth Graham.
It bites. It will bite.
Get your water, get your fruits and veggies, and experience a wealth of knowledge about getting healthy.
Today, I am doing cobble treatments with Beyond the Reef. Today, we are doing shark research. So today, we are doing whale research with Beyond the Reef. And wherever I go, I take CCT with me because my life is unlimited.
We now return with more Just for the Record. Should you be elected, how do you plan on bringing more revenue into the territory through the financial services industry?
Well, we need to develop more financial services products, and we need to look at whatever trends are happening internationally and develop business vehicles, investment vehicles that cater specifically towards that. If we're looking at cryptocurrencies, for example, we need to offer vehicles that are geared specifically towards that. So we need to pay attention to all of the trends that are happening outside of the jurisdictions, whether it's the US, the Europe, or in Africa, and offer vehicles, financial vehicles that are specific to those arenas. I think as well that we need to continue to promote our financial services. I think one of the things that we can do is to bring financial services, teaching financial services schools, so we can get persons into the British Virgin Islands that want to learn about financial services. We need to be teaching financial services and exporting it. The same way other territories have medical schools, we need to have a financial services school and persons coming into our territory to learn financial services. So yeah, that's one of the things that I think can actually grow the financial services economy.
Okay. And in terms of gun violence, that has been a growing concern within the last few years in the BVI. What is your position on gun violence, and how would you seek to address this growing issue?
Well, it's definitely a problem, and I think it needs to stop. And one of the things that we need to do is to shore up our scrutiny of our ports. We need to strengthen our customs department to make sure that our borders are properly patrolled, so guns are not coming in. I think a small but significant deterrent is to properly light our districts as well. Lighting is a huge problem. My colleague for the 3rd District took me down to the 3rd District some time ago, and there are huge sections of the 3rd District that are not lit properly. And we know that, we found that when persons commit crime within the territory, they dump their cars down in the 3rd district because that part of the district is not properly lit. So as a deterrent, we need to light our territory. After the hurricanes in 2017, we put lights on certain poles, but a lot of it there still needs to be lights along vast sections of the territory in whatever district. I spoke to citizens down in Brandywine Bay, and I don't know if you've noticed it, but the whole of Brandywine Bay isn't lit. So there are parts of, so as a deterrent, with regards to gun violence, we need to properly light our territory. We need to properly patrol our borders to make sure guns aren't coming in, and we need to keep our young persons off the street. So we need to find and develop programs that would assist them in doing things that are beneficial to them and keeping them out of wrong career path. So we need to have better after-school programs for young persons to make sure that they're going down the right road. Okay.
And in terms of the, obviously as an at-large representative representing the entire territory within District 3, I believe, there's the Popwood Pond incinerator and landfill situation of a continuous burning on that facility. What is your take on the current situation within that particular district and at the landfill that is presently affecting the residents within District 1 and some parts of District 3 as well?
Well, we need to get it fixed. We definitely need to get it fixed. My chairman of the National Democratic Party, he has spoken about this previously on different speaking occasions. So there is a plan to actually get this fixed. And I'm sure that he can expound on this better than I can. But just to having sympathy and empathy for our brothers and sisters down in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd district, we need to take care of every single person, and that burning of garbage and trash is affecting our friends and family down in that district, and we need to do something to stop that. And so we definitely need to stop the burning, because it's going to cause health effects for persons within those areas. So so go about changing that, implementing plans to properly deal with the trash. We need to implement recycling provisions so that a lot of the trash that we accumulate is not just taken down there, but we need to reduce the amount of trash that we produce. One of the ways that we can do that is start our recycling program for our territory. As I said, there's already a plan to reduce the landfill and to properly deal with the garbage, and we need to stop burning the garbage down there as well. Because that is causing health effects and health risks for our territory. And while someone like myself, who's living in the 8th district, is not necessarily affected by it, and we need to know that it's a serious issue and something that needs to be dealt with right away. And my colleagues and I within the National Democratic Party, that's one of the things that we're going to tackle within the first 100 days of being in office. That's something that is of paramount importance and something that really needs to get fixed. So we're going to take care of everyone within the Virgin Islands and including our 1st, 2nd, 3rd district residents that are being affected by this thing.
Okay, and finally, where do you see the BVI in the next 10 to 20 years?
In the next 10 to 20 years, I am optimistic. I am optimistic because I think that the electorate will make the right decision and elect a team, the National Democratic Party, who is the best choice for this territory, and have the right plans and people to put forward to get that done. So I am very optimistic about our future. I think that we're going to look at the COI recommendations and we're going to implement those provisions that are going to be a benefit to our territory. I also think that we have persons on our team in our at-large candidates like my good colleague Dr. Kedrick Pickering, who is going to be able to negotiate on our behalf with the United Kingdom. I also think that persons like my at-large colleague, Lorna Smith, she's going to be able to continue to push forward our financial services offerings and keep financial services, the BVI financial services, at the forefront of the international business community. My colleague Alan O'Neill as well, he's going to, he loves the sister, we're not going to call them sister islands, but he loves the whole of the territory. So he's going to make sure that, Anegada is taken care of, Virgin Islands is taken care of, and also Just Van Dyke, not to be forgotten. And myself, as I said from the beginning, I want to be able to be in a position to take care of myself, the everyday man, you, Kamal, every single person. From the cradle, I want to make sure that children are being taken care of, families are being taken care of, and our seniors are being taken care of. And so we as an at-large team, as a government, I think I'm very optimistic that the National Democratic Party is going to be the best choice for this territory, and that we're going to be able to move the territory forward within the next 10 years. So I think that we're going to be in a really good position.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you, Mr. Estridge, for your time on Just for the Record and responding to the questions. I believe a number of our viewing public and your potential voting public would have needed some answers.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kamal. Thank you so much.
Thank you again. Well, viewers, that's all we have for today. Just for the Record, I am Kamal Haynes. Hope you enjoy the content. Until next time, bye-bye. Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here. My name is Kamal Haynes. Most of you know me from 284 News, but now you get to see me in a different light on my very own show called Health is Wealth. We have Joel Turnbull.
I don't want you to arch your back when you're pulling down.
Milton McLean.
First of all, right, your footwork.
Stephen Payne.
That was a 9 out of 10. I know you got the service down pat.
Steve Augustine.
You did a pretty hard workout today, so perhaps...
And as you can see, it's actually
you're feeling it.
Lonzo Boynes.
Taekwondo.
Adam Murrows.
I'll speak as if you're an absolute beginner.
I am an absolute beginner.
You are an absolute beginner.
And Seth Graham.
It bites. It will bite.
Get your water, get your fruits and veggies, and experience a wealth of knowledge about getting healthy.